an underground, a tower, and a high altitude. In 1951, the first underground nuclear shot was fired during the Jangle series. Yield 1.2 kilotons. Depth of charge 7. Hour was 1230 hours on 23 March. As expected, the base surge phenomenon was clearly visible. The throwout reached a height of 700 feet and a maximum diameter of 1,300 yards. The diameter of the base surge extended beyond. Shot 10 of upshot knothole formed such a wave, and drag-type targets were damaged much more heavily than by similar overpressures in both shots 9 and 10 to overpressures of approximately 9 psi. On shot 9, only moderate damage. On shot 10, a low burst, the damage was extremely severe, in second in the megaton range. For example, the teapot buildings were to be exposed to a positive shock phase duration of less than 1 second at 3 ever fired at the Nevada test site. While the expected yield was 28 kilotons, radiochemical analysis indicated a yield closer to 22 kilotons. Ending pattern. Although it was anticipated that most specimens would be lost, all except those in the cab were recovered. Observations indicate the greatest metal loss was 1.15 inches on the radius of the closest aluminum sphere. One of the most important single projects of Teapot was the drone blast study on Metshot to investigate lethal effects of blast on aircraft structures. Therefore, on development shots, Turk and Apple I, blast measurements were made from parachuted canisters and by rocket-laid smoke trails and shock photography. Analysis of these data indicated that the desired test conditions would occur. The low-altitude device, WASP Prime, was airdropped to burst at 800 feet above terrain, or about 5,000 feet above mean sea level, and the effects and yield were measured. Predictions for the high-altitude burst indicated a slight increase in the lethal radius of thermal radiation, a small decrease in the radius of lethal blast, and a significant increase in that of nuclear radiation. Manned aircraft. A summary of military effects studies during Operation Teapot indicates that while important